good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Write in the comments where you are so we could do a roll call so we can make this global. But first and foremost, you're looking at the bottom of Zafar screen and you're like, GAO? What TV? What's that all about? But before we jump into it, let's do a little introduction. My name is Andrea Mason. I'm your global voice, your first choice, alumna of Les Brown, and the CEO of Press Play Plan Life According to You LLC, author, publisher, podcaster, as well as global ambassador. And before we jump in, I'm going to turn it to you, Zafar. Give an introduction and we'll jump into questions. Go ahead.
Well, Avenue, I am Zafar, and abundance is my massively transformative purpose. I look for abundance globally, not only for my country, but for the globe. And what is abundance? Abundance is creation of the world of possibilities through innovation, technology, and artificial intelligence is one of the tools we have right now. So right now we are doing it through artificial intelligence, and very soon we'll be heading on to artificial general intelligence, and then
Mhm.
artificial super intelligence. So that's where there's a hell lot of work is going on in the world, and people are doing this. And okay, no, what's the abundance? And abundance means elevation of the poverty. So that let's say I see in at least in US in the next 3 years, I see that all problems gonna be fixed. There will be no poverty in US, and there will be no health issues even. And then
Oh, wow.
you'll be easy. Yeah, I mean you're gonna get your health fixed. I mean this is the heavy this that is longevity. So I mean a lot of work is being done there. Okay, so I want to copy that. I want to copy Peter H. Diamandis is the person in US who is always working for abundance and for the globe, and he works for the globe, and he says I'm resident of USA, but he is a global citizen. So are we. So we've got only one globe, and we have to protect it. We have to take care of the environment of its environment, and we have to take care of poor of all of our global citizens, so that we do not have the problems. Like I mean, we are in low conflict with our neighboring countries. So let's not be. I mean, the abundance is peace, prosperity. So this is what I mean. This is an idea whose time has already arrived, and I mean, I am networking people like yourself, as you are country head for Colombia for abundance, and you're also head for you heading US also in this regard.
Right.
So and otherwise, you are also ambassador for a lot of I mean, you for other organizations also. For I mean, you're a writer, and I'm reaching out to people who hate wars, who love peace, prosperity, and they want to work for this. So that's the whole story I'm doing, and I'm getting country head like yourself from all across the globe, and that's how I'm
Excellent.
doing.
Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax. We're going to learn a little bit about this amazing man of Moonshot Podcast, Zafar Abundance, and we're going to learn all the good about him. So, Zafar, let's start off by talking about what would be a moment in your life that allowed you to take the leap of faith and go into the career path that you have chosen right now. What did you do before digital design, digital graphic,ing as well as technology and AI? What did you do before? What was your line of work before that?
Okay, I mean, this is third phase in my life right now. I am 47 right now, and I mean, as this phase and the first phase was similar. When I was a student, I was going to universities, and all the time I was talking to the creators, to my teachers, my mentors, and they were all amazing people. I mean, I have already my father was my best friend, so
Mhm.
he made me. I mean, I developed an approach towards life that I seek wisdom from the elderly people. So, I mean, I've got an option that there are people, a group of elderly people and a group of my age, I rather go to the group of elderly people and interact. I rather enjoy that because I always learn. I mean, there's a the big opportunity for the bigger opportunity for learning. So that since my father passed early to 20 years from now. So I mean, I then kept seeing his friends and elderly people, and then even retired people. I called that a golden age. So the people of a golden age. So that made me. But again, when I got married, I got into wrong relationship rather. I mean, it was
Mhm.
toxic, and I had it for 20 years. So I had this was the worst period of my life. I mean, I was so clinging to somebody who not my type. Though I got kids, and therefore, I mean, that's again. I mean, I'm struggling with those also. So, but again now, I was down. I mean, the relationship was broken, and it was divorced. It was I had already announced that, and I was down, and I was struggling with my kids. One day, I read a post. Is there any person who can get me Peter Demendes number? And this
Mhm.
was Rihan Lawala himself.
Mhm.
And I was just, I mean, since I follow, he's a nice person. People love him in my country. Oh, he's such a nice person. And he's a giver. He's an abundant person. He is always giving you advice. He's always giving something, be it time,
Mhm.
be it smile, be it opinion or suggestion or advice or anything. He's always, all the time he's given. And he's working for the education, as you know. And
Mhm.
you have already interacted with the person. So he asked me, "Do you know and any person who's knowing the number?" Well, I just went to the internet and I just clicked. I mean, I got two three numbers. I mean, it was X Prize number. It's one of his company, and then it was Singularity University's number, and then I just got him across, and then I got Sarihan's number and I gave it to those. I mean, to them, and I kept asking them, "Sarihan is here in your country in US. Please see him." And I was also getting some number and giving him. He got me his number. He said, "This is my US number. If at all you can get my number through." So I did, I mean, that practice, and then he got, I mean, "Who are you?" He said, "Who are you?" I said, "I mean, I'm just
Mhm.
nobody. I mean, just, I mean,
Mhm.
since I like you and I like your work, I mean, just since, I mean, you." So that's how, I mean, this was point of connection that got connected with, and I'm getting to, I mean, coming to your answer now. So this was the time. So he said, "Oh, thank you so much," and he praised the Lord. I mean, though it was just nothing. I mean, you clicking on the computer and you can also get anything. Anybody can do it. So I mean, he praised me, Lord, and that's how we got connected. And one day I
Mhm.
was very down, and I mean, when he asked me, "How are you?" I said, "I know I'm not feeling." I mean, I'm big mouth. I say what I'm. I mean, you ask me, "How are you?" If I'm happy, I'll tell you I'm happy. If I'm down, I'll tell you I'm down. I mean, I don't
Right.
find any reason to impress anybody. I mean, I try to be as natural. So I told him this. I told him, "Sorry, Iman, really, I don't find purpose in my life. I mean, it's, I mean, getting heavier and heavier every day. So I go to office, I work and come back, and that's a routine. I mean, there is no kick, there is no challenge, there is nothing, there is no. I don't find any purpose. I mean, this is not enough that you go for some amount of money to earn salary. He said, "Do you want to podcast with me?" I said, "I net it. I'm a net there." And my the Facebook was logged. Everything was logged. I was very keeping myself very low profile. I was not seeing people.
Mhm.
I was very down. He said, "Come on, we have podcast." Seriously, I mean, I love him so much. I mean, you do things for love. Whatever I'm here. I mean, doing anything. That's this it is his love. I mean, a lot of huge respect in my heart. I mean, he's
Mhm.
doing for such a nice thing for the people. So I asked him, "Okay, okay, I do." So I just opened this laptop and he sent me the link. I clicked it and then he kept talking, kept talking. Then there came one terminology that's the answer to your question. He said,
Mhm.
"You and me are finding for Peter Demendes. One of his teachings is that there is massively transformative purpose, MTP. So if when you get your massively transformative purpose, that's the point of time when you can when you can come to then you enjoy your life, then you find purpose in your life. Every day is a new day. Every time is, I mean, no difficulty gets you depressed. No failure gets you down. So that every time you get so that gets, so there was a point of time. Then I started following him, and I started to kept reading about massively transformative purpose. So he asked me, "What do you want to do in your life?" I said, "I'm working in an organization which funds for housing, mortgages. I mean, we were given, and there are a lot of people whom I can't. People come to me. I
Mhm.
say just because you don't earn enough, you do not have that visibility, and you can't. So I keep refusing. So that's heavier on my heart. I mean, I
Mm.
want
Yeah.
there should be something that I should give at least something to them. Nobody
Mhm.
should go. I mean, empty hand. I mean, whosoever reaches me. So I want to give a house to every person who cannot afford.
Mm.
So he
Okay.
said, okay, you write your name, housing wala. Then I did. I mean, I went into housing and writing all across the world. I've been searching countries who has already solved homelessness. And when he saw, I mean, I was doing it insanely. He said, okay, you can have a higher
Mm.
purpose. That is abundance, that you have to alleviate poverty. Once poverty is alleviated, most of the problems that relating to finance
Mhm.
get solved. So he said, no, my purpose is abundance. He says I want to alleviate poverty from the globe. So I mean, you be my part. I still kept thinking, okay, if at all I'm networking, was why not for this? Then that was the point of time when I thought of that kicking that global abundance
Mhm.
organization, and that's for the peace. Profit. When there is peace,
Right.
everything follows. When yeah, so I mean that's the concept. I mean, when I mean this point of time when I just did that. I mean, I am doing it. I'm enjoying each time, and I can't sleep more than 5 hours now. Earlier, I used to sleep on Sundays, Saturdays, all the time in bed. Over to you.
Excellent. Excellent. No, I see the passion in defining abundance for people, helping people define abundance for themselves, as well as networking with people of like minded missions and messages. So, what I would like to ask is when you discovered that this is something you love, you want peace in the world, you want people to understand and live a life of abundance. How do you instill that? And what is your mission for your children to adopt that mindset? What would you say to parents or caregivers today for our youth how to acquire that abundance mindset? How are you doing it with your children?
Okay, this is very tough
Mhm.
question. Very tough. I mean, saying is easy. I mean, speak hours and hours because since I can speak, no, it's not that way. It's not that easy. It's not about saying things. You know, I training kids. I've
Mhm.
got four, and my eldest is 16 now. 16, 15,
Mhm.
8, and 9. So you can't train your kids
Mhm.
through
Right.
lip service.
I agree.
You have to train your kids with
Mhm.
zip lips,
Mhm. Absolutely.
because kids do
Mhm.
what you
Right.
do. They don't do what you
Right.
say.
I love that.
If you say what you do, they show
Mhm.
respect that. But I mean, if I'm earning which is not which I mean, I'm through wrong
Mhm.
means, I can't tell them to speak truth, to do not steal, cheat, lie. No, I have to earn
Mhm.
hard way. I have to earn the real. I mean, the true real means. No, no, the
Mhm.
otherwise. So I have to act myself. I have to be disciplined myself. Whatsoever quality of life I am having in discipline, in my the wordings, my actions, that is being
Mhm.
translated. I mean, I fail to find any of the formula that there is, I mean, you feed it there and you'll get the
Right.
results. No, it's you
Mhm.
yourself. I mean, like father,
Right.
like son, like daughter, like mother. So that, I mean, like I could see the hands through when you speak, when you talk, when you act. So I can see those people who has
Mhm.
brought you up, because I mean, you do
Right.
what they did. You don't do what
Right.
they didn't. So I mean this is what I mean I have to say. And I mean, for that matter, now I want to spend my rest of my life for a
Mhm.
purpose. If I am doing it though my kids won't do it in this age, but when they get to my age, they'll
Mhm.
do. But I want them, they be doing in their age what I'm doing
Right.
now. So I am doing that. I mean, I won't be there. Maybe they won't be there. Even the 10th or 20th generation might be, when there will be people understand. Now, this is silly enough to fight that my idea is better
Right.
than yours. That what you wear is not. I mean, whatever. That's
Hmm.
silly. People need to understand this. Let's not fight. I mean, let's grow
Right.
up now. I mean, look. I mean, this is we are not living in cage. We are living. This is Grok 3, DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Gemini. I mean, this is hard area,
Hmm.
Google area, era. We should be mature
Right.
enough now to move forward. Let's let. Look. I mean, there are countries who decided not to
Right.
fight. Look where they are. I mean, we are fighting. I mean, for nothing. I mean, like when the kids are young, they have a lot of
Hmm.
time. They keep fighting for to each other when they don't have sports, or then their energies are not channelized. I see my part of the world is not mature. I see they do not have the real priorities. See, they need to
Hmm.
grow up now. No, even my country, my neighboring countries need to grow
Hmm.
up. This is not. Come on, why to kill each other's kids? If I'm firing, they're gonna be die. If they are firing, they're gonna die. So what they are mourning all the time. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, let's stop it. I
Right.
mean, come on. I mean, end up doing this. Still, we'll have to sit on the
Hmm.
table. Let's. That's what I mean. I want to give the purpose to my children: a peace, prosperity, unity, harmony, and respecting each other's differences. Look, love to me, it's not looking at each
Right.
other. Not only this, but looking in one
Yes.
direction.
Love that.
If you cannot, yeah, if you can't look in one direction, then, and you say I love you, I say your partner and your spouse are loving each other, but you're not
Hmm.
agreeing. Your purpose of life is not
Right.
one. And if you don't think alike, that's why we
Right.
break up. It's just getting together, and it's not sharing. I don't want to get
Yeah.
down the belt, but
You weren't
the
on the
point is,
same. You weren't on the
it's
same
beyond
level.
that.
You had different
Yeah,
perspectives, and nobody was willing
yeah, yeah.
to. It was
True.
difficult to find a median. Absolutely. Excellent. No, I love that. I love
That
teaching the children and the younger generations through action as opposed to words. I think that's very prominent and very significant. My next question is, what would you say to the leaders of the world, teachers, educators, mentors, and coaches? What would you like to see? What would be your word of inspiration or guide to the leaders of the world today with what's going on in the world? What would be one of your messages?
it is very basic. Since I'm a grassrooter and I'm not a leader, I'm not a huge big person, and I'm a person of
Mhm.
ideas, and I'm just a small. Any person, like anybody in the street. So I would want to give one. Everybody should know his or her
Yes,
why.
I love that.
why why God has sent
Right.
to us we are, my belief is we are spiritual
Hmm.
being having human experience,
Hmm.
and we're gonna go back where we have come
I
from.
love that. I love that.
Okay, and now if you know your why your creator has created you,
Hmm.
why has your creator sent you to
Hmm.
earth, why your creator is getting you through these things, through these experiences, and why will you
Hmm.
return? And when you return, if it's one thing only, if we think of the returning, if we just keep our head clear about return, that at all we have to return, everybody
Right.
has to go, everybody has to, that's the point of it. It's not that we
Hmm.
die. No,
Right.
we don't. You know, we don't
Right.
die. We were created and will never be
Right.
destroyed.
Right.
Just this, we are having human
Hmm.
experience. We are heavenly
Yes.
bodies. We have come from
Hmm.
paradise. Adam and Eve, Adam was made in
Hmm.
Jannah. He was created in Jannah, and he was created
Mm.
for Jannah. He was created in paradise, and he was created for
Mm-hmm.
paradise, and we will go back to paradise. Now, we since we are having human experience, so let's get our head clear. Let's have a wire, get the wire, clear. So let's not cross our wires. Now, what am I doing here? When I just look at you with the bad intention, and I'm in interacting with you with bad intention, I want to steal your resources. I want to cheat with you. I want to tell lies to you, and I want to get these. And one day I'll die. Okay, if I get if at all I I become successful in doing these all wrong things, and I get all your resources, I get everything you have, invade your country, I have everything, still I'll have
Mm.
to die.
Right.
I'll have to die. So okay, when I go back and in front of my God who has
Mm-hmm.
created me, what I have
Mm-hmm.
to present.
Right.
And at the same time, there's another person who obeyed his God, and he just kept his thing. He did what God wanted
Mm.
him to do. So this is my perspective, and this is how I do. So this keeps me away from stealing, cheating, lying, doing
Right.
wrong things, and I have peace, and eventually I have
Yes.
peace of mind. I go to sleep nicely, and now I'm doing everything
Yes.
positive. If somebody comes and shoots me for the purpose I'm here, I'll be happiest person to be killed in the line of duty. That I'll go back to my God, and I tell this was I was doing, and this is
Right.
what I could do. I can just sit. I can come back from a work. I can just open up my system, and I can connect you, and I can talk with you like this, and people I can keep talking to the people of this thinking and ideology, those who love peace, prosperity, and they don't want war, they don't want to kill. At least this is what, if I die doing this, this
Right.
is superb. What else
Right.
I want? This is such a depth of
Mm-hmm.
honor.
Right.
Over to you.
No, I love it. I love the mindset that finding your why. A lot of individuals aren't able to find their why or think their why is what somebody tells them, for people pleasing mentality, for the opportunity to make sure that they're doing the right thing. And while we are talking about, the peace of mind, the peace in the world, doing the right thing, answering your why, and leading by example, my next question to you would be that when people are hurt, when people are stuck, when people are saddened, miserable, unhealthy, what would be a tactic that you can provide to them based on your personal experience amongst your family as well as yourself that they can turn to ignite that light within?
Oh, this is too emotional. This touches my heart. This question.
You said to ask you anything. You're ready.
People say, yeah, I'm ready. I'm already. I'm enjoying the question.
Yes.
In fact, this touches my
Yes.
soul. This is so important, and this is such excellent because since you're a writer and you're an
Mhm.
emotional being, the people everybody say we are emotional. What do you call? We are
Yes.
social animal. Even human are social. I say we are
Mhm.
emotional animal. Emotions, we are
Yes.
blend of
Yes.
emotions, and and you are what your
Mhm.
emotions are.
Right.
Look, if you're happy, it doesn't matter. Where are you sitting? What are you eating? What are you wearing? What are you
Right.
driving? It does not matter. You would have seen
Mhm.
shepherds in the jungles. Grazing with
Yes.
sheep, and they are happy. They are merry-go-round, and they're
Mhm.
singing, they're dancing, they're giggling, they're laughing. You know that's and now somebody's
Mhm.
down. To me, it's like to just, I just sit
Mhm.
with them. I just hug
Right.
them. I do everything I can offer, anything humanly
Mhm.
possible. Sit down with them. Just tell them that we are. I am here with
Mm,
you. You are in misery, you are broken, you are down.
right.
And no matter if you are wrong, right and wrong, this is not point of being right and wrong. If you're wrong, I'm not
Right.
with you. No, whatever whatever reason you are down, your leg is broken, your heart is broken for any right or
Hmm.
wrong. No, I, let's I mean, just getting together, sitting, and just taking out of that
Hmm. Right.
agony, just taking out of that
Hmm.
hellfire. Once one is stable, then you can do other stuff. But I mean, to me is that I'll just repertoire them, sit with them for those, and I'll do anything possible. I will not ask them why did you do this, why are you in this situation. No, 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 no. I'll do anything possible to take them out of that, or whatever person. So this is what I mean. My approach is.
Now, I love that. I love the
Mhm.
fact that you are present with them. You're not non-judgmental, and you open your heart and your mind. That's really key components that you do on your podcast with every interaction that I've observed you in since as far as now I know you. So it really through you're really an example, if you will, of a leader of unconditional love, a leader creating their legacy for their children and your country to look through the lens of love and not through the lens of loss or hate. And that's very powerful. As we are looking towards being mindful of time, I have two questions for you as before we close. The next question is if you were to travel anywhere tomorrow, where would you go? Why? And what would you say?
If at all I have the chance, I would fly to General Assembly UN, and I'll ask them to please do what is written in the charter.
Mhm. Excellent.
Please do what is written in the charter. And I would rather fly to every country and ask them, do whatever your constitution
Mm.
says. Respect, I mean, what's written in the books. And I'll fly and I'll go to every person of religion, and I'll ask them, even Muslim first, I'll ask them to please practice what you preach, practice what's written in your Quran, practice what is written in your Bible, practice what is written in your Vedas, or Granth, or whatever books, I mean, the religious scriptures. I'll ask everybody, look, I mean, every religion is peace,
Hmm.
prosperity, love. No, none of them ask you to do
Right.
anything wrong. So I won't ask, I mean, I mean, follow me, what I follow, you follow. No, I'll ask, follow your religion, follow your thinking pattern, or whatever your parents been teaching you, your elders been teaching you. So that's what I will
Excellent.
do. That's wrong. If I
No,
say that.
absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the audience listening to Moonshot Podcast. Reach out from your country, your place of origin, and follow the movement of Global Abundance Organization with Zafar and answer the question. Are you following your morals, ethics, and values? Are you practicing what you preach? Are you teaching the youth of the future through example as opposed to dictation? My last and final question, Zafar, for you is what makes you happy when you're with your family? What touches your heart, whether it's your children, your loved ones, your extended family? What is it that you love about your family?
I mean, what give me happiness about my family is giving. I mean, when I give anything to them, and when they enjoy
Excellent.
this, and they when they are using this, I mean, this gives me a lot of happiness. Anything when I ask them to do good things and they do that, I mean, that's for me. It gives me immense pleasure. I mean, it's like it touches my soul, and I'd be very
Excellent.
happy. And when I see my kids doing things that I want them to do, just because, I mean, I want them to be good
Mhm.
human beings, because when they return to their creator, and I just I just there's one only thing that I want. When I return to my creator, I mean, I want to listen. You did well. You played your part.
Excellent.
That's it. I mean, if my creator says this, and if, same
Mhm.
to my kids, same to my kids. I mean, I mean, it gets. I get very hurt. I mean, when I see if they are doing not what is related to them.
Excellent. That's one of the things that
Or,
my parents said to me. You're only as happy as your saddest child. You're only as happy as your saddest child because you want unconditional love, happiness, health, and abundance for your children. And you are doing an amazing work. I am enjoying this conversation. I'm enjoying our connection and all of the interviews, the podcasts, the connections you're making globally. I believe in my heart of hearts, the Creator is smiling and saying, keep on going abundantly, keep on shining. The last question I have for you, the challenge. What is one individual that has impacted your heart that you are forever grateful being
what?
connected with at this stage of your life?
Okay, I mean, this is very difficult. I mean, there are a lot of people, but I mean, if we I mean, living persons or like, I mean, those who are not.
Living person, yes, living person.
People, I mean, you one of them.
Thank you.
I mean, who's been inspirational because I mean, to you, it's one its aspect is emotional about you is that you've been wrecked, you've been
Mhm.
broken, you would, I mean, you were adopted. I mean, this is itself, it's a huge big thing. It's a complete emotional
Yeah.
examination. This is it's a testimony. I mean, it's saying is easy. I mean, I can't even I can't feel 1% of what you're feeling
Mm.
100%. I mean,
Right.
not 1%.
Right.
It is saying is yes. I can
Right.
claim that, but I mean that will be
Right.
false
Right.
one. It is going through the. I mean, you've been through. I like it. And those whosoever who've been. I mean, it's easy. I mean, it's natural, and that you go down. Everybody goes down
Right.
in one's life. Everybody does so. But again, to rise up. I mean, to me, I mean I mean, you're
Mhm.
rising up. I mean, bouncing back to
Mhm.
life. Yeah, that's I mean inspirational. And you are the one. And Sarihan
Yes.
is again a person of. I mean, he's keeping. And there are other people. I mean, in my life
Mhm.
there are a lot, and they were all elderly people. I mean, you're young. I mean, not to you. I mean,
Mhm.
you know, you're not that elderly. But I mean, since you wrote a book and you are, since I know
Mhm.
your story, and there are people who else I can name in my life.
Mhm.
I mean, quite a few.
Mhm.
But I mean, my father was one. He was man of honor. Then I had a principal in my. He was Dr. Tasar Raja was
Mhm.
one, and yeah, I mean, though there are other people who are not
Mm.
alive now, but I mean, there are people I can name, but I mean, there are a lot of
Excellent.
people.
What would
Over
be
to
the
you.
message that you would say to two individuals? Your younger self and yourself in 5 years. What would be your message to those two people?
Yeah, my younger self, I would yes. I mean, don't
Yes.
waste your time and get a massively transformative purpose. And the or elder self. I mean, after 5 years, I'll say, well
Excellent. Excellent. Well,
done.
I am glad to see the softer side, the personal side, the vulnerable side of Zafar of Abundance, as he is the global abundance leader of the organization. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been getting to know Zafar a little bit more personal and passionate about what he does, what his why is, and where he is going. Thank you so much, Zafar. I look forward to our connection tomorrow. Same time, same place, all my best. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening and all my best to your family. Good morning, good afternoon from Andrea Mason, your first choice, your global voice, alumna of Les Brown and CEO of Press Play, Plan Life According to You, LLC. Have a safe, wonderful rest of your day. And ladies and gentlemen, as Zafar says, let's stay and keep the peace worldwide.